All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to This Week in Base Hit. Flip the hourglass. We're on the
Oh
clock.
yeah.
And as you can see, Clone is back. Welcome back to the United States.
Thank you.
How's the
Thank
trip?
you. Great trip. Still
Great.
recovering. Still recovering. You can hear it in my voice, the cold.
That's what
Uh,
happens.
I have Europe cancer.
Yep, that's all right.
Sorry, Piggy. Sorry, Piggy. I shouldn't have said that.
You didn't
How
go
you
to
been?
Sweden.
How you been?
Uh, I've been good. I've been considering dropping some teams for the first time in a long time,
Uh-oh.
just because like I'm not I'm losing control a little bit, and I feel like I'm not.
Quality control.
Yeah, totally. And like it's always been hard with 16 teams, um, but I feel like I want to put more effort into fewer teams as opposed to trying everything everywhere.
Yeah, yeah.
And like what tipped it over for me is there was like two leagues where I looked at it and there was like very obviously something I could have done that would have made that team better that year, and I didn't do it. One of them was I had cap room and didn't realize it,
Yeah, yeah.
and so I didn't go after free agents that I should have. And the other one is I had a guy in the low minors that was clearly an upgrade to somebody that, and I don't know how I missed it. I was just going too quick and too many
Yeah, it's a
teams,
ton of leaves. I mean,
and then it just made me realize like if I'm missing a couple obvious things, that also means that like I'm not like fighting for trades and things like that I would if I had
oh,
more
absolutely.
time.
I
So
don't know how people do it. I've always been a one team man. And I prefer obsessing over one team. But
yeah,
we've got, but most people are like you and have more. We were just having that conversation, talking about, well, you're starting a court. People are going to have to start courting you now. You could put out the message that you're considering getting rid of teams, and leagues have to sell you on why you're going to stay. But we were just talking about how people find their leagues and not, and maybe changing it up because we've always had the find a league page and kind of it's the market if you have the big list of leagues and you're trying to decide what to do, but we don't have it the other direction of we
yep,
don't have an easy way for leagues to find users that are looking. And I think that's something that would be cool to try out.
yeah, and I mean, uh, there's there's been one solid year, but really 2 years that we've been bringing in more traffic than any time in CSFBL's history as base hit. And because we've been putting out ads and pulling in users. And so we have like this whole fertile crop of new managers that might not know how or might be intimidated to reach out to like an established league and don't know if they're wanted or whatever. And like we
Yep.
got to have some like Tinder for leagues and users, especially new users, where
Yeah.
they're like, yeah, it's a match. Yeah, come join us. And like the league page is fine, but it's still, you got to get people to it, and it can be overwhelming because there's a lot of leagues there, and it'd be great if we could find a way in reverse for users to say, "Hey, I'm here. Come, come recruit me."
Yep. Totally agree. Uh,
Uh,
I'm zoning out thinking about how we would do it, but I have talked to, yeah, it's hard for people to find each other
yep.
because we do have a bunch of people that have come in and been revved up, but yeah, it's hard for them to find their way. And all of us, we all know that play this game, like the hurdle at the beginning is huge, and we're trying to make that easier. But
I mean,
everybody's got a story of, yeah, that they finally found the one league or the one person or whatever else.
and like we can like speak to it firsthand because we've spent like a year trying to figure out the new user flow and discovering every dead end that this game will put you into has been crazy. I thought we would just take one pass at it and figure out the new user flow and it would just work, but there's just like there's so many barriers that get people confused or
Yep.
lost or whatever. And um I don't know if we'll ever be done fixing them all, but the more that we can do, to breathe life into that new user flow, the better it'll be for everybody.
Yep. Well, CBT was just talking about, and I don't know, we've had a couple leagues recruiting new people recently, but he was talking about for his league going into some of the rookie leagues, and people might not know, but it's a good idea. We need to help do that too, to get just to connect people. If people get to the forums, it helps, but it's not automatic.
Those new users are active, and they want to find some roots. So it's not a bad idea to actively recruit them, for sure.
The other thing I was gonna the other thing that was on my mind was that you're a bastard for I spent all this time going through those achievements. I'm putting together the season achievements, and I was doing all the research to to try to even them out, to figure out what a good season is, what a great season is. So because we're gonna have to be able to add more achievements to leagues, and then you blew it up immediately. Let's just do top 3.
But that did make more sense.
I think that they both make sense, but that there's thresholds that are like, I mean, it's just like 500 home runs, but 50 home run season. What you remember?
Oh yeah, no, I agree.
More? People that hit 60 home run seasons, or people that finished third in the in the season? Come on.
Okay, yeah, I'll give you that. But at the same time, it's like there's been years where the batting champ hit like 312, and there's been other ones where they've hit 365. And so who do you remember, the batting champ, or do you remember the person that hit 312? They wouldn't even get an achievement. So I think it works both ways. But the home runs are that's like that's irrefutable point on your end, because like there's been home run champs that have hit 36 home runs.
Well, let's go Kirk Gibson back there. I'm trying to get my finger.
Yep, that's his helmet.
MVP season, 25 home runs.
Is that true? Was that and he was considered a slugger.
88, yeah. I mean, there was a dearth of batting at the time. When I'm looking at those numbers, this is a conversation we have a lot, but like comparing MLB to base hit numbers and like what's good. So like, what would you consider to be? I think some of those are surprising.
Yeah.
What do you consider to be like a great season? What's a great season for hits?
Home runs?
Home runs, yeah.
Well, for home runs in base, it depended on the era, but like in just classic, like great, you'd have to be at 50.
Yep. And
which is absurd in MLB.
Yeah, but it's because we have people play the entire game, right? So that's part of it. They get more plate appearances.
Yep.
But that's like 1.5%. So what is that? So that's, most leagues have 5 or 6 guys hitting 50 home runs in a season.
Maybe, yeah.
I'm trying to think about the other ones that stuck out.
I think batting average sticks out too.
Yeah, they're high. 350.
Yeah.
That's another like 5 guys. Although actually, I don't even know what MLB stats are like anymore, because it's changed over time. I mean, like, what are the batting average champs hitting?
They're hitting just over 300.
Just over 300.
Yeah, I mean,
back down.
I don't know what actually, that's a good question. Let me look that up while we're talking. Batting average champion.
It's changed over time
by year. Yeah, that's a good question, but I think it's
I guess because pitching.
Oh my God, I gotta go through.
Well, it would have changed yet. That's not.
Well, yeah. So last year was an outlier because Luis Ariz hit 354, but before that it was 326, 328. Juan Soto hit 351. I think that was his rookie year too. Jesus. But yeah, normally it's like 320 to 330.
And I did see, like, looking at when I was looking at the numbers based on like all time base hit versus like the last 2 years, like some of those some of those offensive milestones are down. Like there's less, yeah, things move more towards pitching, right? But that includes the other sim models. But less people hitting 125 RBIs or hitting 350 or um, that did shift, and then the pitching numbers went up. Like more people getting 20 wins.
I got lost for a second, realizing that the 1980 batting champion was Bill Buckner, and he'll never be remembered for that. R.I.P. Bill Buckner, even though you're still alive.
I never knew that he was batting champ.
Yep. And I was also surprised at how many times Tony Gwynn has won it. I mean, I knew he was good, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like 8-time batting champ. That's crazy. And you know who's a 2-time batting champ? Willie McGee.
Yep.
Willie McGee. All right.
I need to go and study on current MLB stats because my data in my head is still based on 88. I'm still way behind the time. I still expect, although it sounds like it came back around, I still expect batting to be way down. Anyway, we're gonna get those out there.
Yeah,
soon.
we're gonna figure that out.
We're gonna be adding these. We're gonna be adding season achievements along. We have game achievements right now, but adding season achievements to run for all the pitchers and batters that you'll get at the end of the season for guys hitting big milestones.
We're not adding it this month though.
Not adding it this month. We got other stuff coming out. But we're making progress.
We got some free agent stuff coming out.
The free agent stuff is in the works. That's not going to be visible to people yet, but
just try and make it better. Just try and make it, give people options, make it work better for everybody.
I sent you I haven't looked up the game yet, but I sent you a text this week. Did you see the text about Dwarf Fortress?
Yeah, I did.
Did you read that article?
Yeah, I was meaning to talk to you about that.
Yeah,
I didn't totally understand it. I was going to go back and read it again, but it was like a game that had been around for 20 years. That
been around for 20 years and was graphically it
was graphically limited.
And then they just updated that, and they've had a big.
So do you think
they got a big hit
if we added little animated players running around on GameView that the game would blow up?
Yes, absolutely. And we have your voice doing the voiceover. I don't know about animated players, but we could definitely make the thing.
But I do think
the thing look better.
I have always thought from the beginning of time, long before I owned the game, that GameView could be the center of the whole thing if we could just make it awesome. And I'm joking about the animated player, but if we could have like a real live game happening there somehow, I think it's an afterthought for most people. I think I bet the majority of people don't use GameView, and if we could make it the center of the game, I think it would change a lot.
Yep, we've got stuff to do there. I think we can have more fun with the drama of it, and we can have more fun. I still want to make it Mad Libs. I've said that you can suggest your home run calls, or you can suggest things at the beginning, and then you kind of forget them, and then they get sprinkled into how you're watching the game. Yeah,
the commentators talk, as opposed to it going like a box score. It goes like a color commentator's call or a play-by-play commentator's call.
I also think we're going to get you in a sound booth for a year, recording every single call like they used to do with whatever Al Michaels or there you go, Bob Uecker, getting you to record every single call. That'd be awesome.
2 bobbleheads that I had at the ready that I didn't know were going to come up. This is prop baseball happening.
So we got to record Bob Uecker like pretty fast, is what you're saying.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, he's not spring chicken. We better get him in there.
Yep. We're out of time already, man.
No, I see a little bit of dust in there.
Not Bob Uecker though. Bob Uecker's still going.
Oh, all right. So that's all for this week in Base Hit. Welcome back, Clone. Till next time. We are out of here.